In this video, I'll give you a quick rundown of the day-to-day things that you need to be able to access on Mosaic. The first thing is to log in. Your username is the email address that you have registered with Teach Southeast, and on your first login, your password is tse.instructor. Once you've logged in for the first time, it will prompt you to change your password. When you log in, you'll see your dashboard. On here, if you're a mentor, you can click in My Training and it will show you any training that you are required to complete, what you've already done, and any remaining modules. If you click into Shared Files, it will show you a folder, depending on your role, that has all of the documentation that you need to be able to access. So it might be subject mentor only files or skip lead only files. And if you click in there, you will be able to access all of the materials that you need to carry out your role. Scrolling down, it highlights any upcoming events that you might need to attend. For example, July inductions on there for mentors, any incomplete review points for assessment that need to be done for a certain deadline. And then at the bottom, you'll see your trainee accounts. If you're a mentor, there's just be one account. If you're a skip lead, then you may see several accounts linked here. If I click into my demo trainee, you can see it brings up that trainee's targets. And on the left-hand side, you can see there are various tabs. If you open up the course section, the only thing you really need to access in here is training plan, and this is new. And this training plan is very much designed to be a one-stop shop for everybody, whether you're a trainee, a mentor, a skip lead, a subject tutor, to really clearly lay out everything that needs to be covered in training for that week. So if I click into this one as an example, it takes you through a thread, starting with the curriculum focus for the week, into how that is then going to be delivered in centralised training with us at GPS, what the sessions are that the trainee will have, and there's space for trainees to bullet point their key takeaways from training and their key takeaways from their reading for that week. Then moves into their subject training, and on this training plan, we will outline, if it's secondary for subject tutors, what should be covered in subject training that week, so trainees can see what they'll be doing. And again, there's a space for trainees to summarise their key takeaways here. We then integrate the curriculum into school through skip lead training, and on here it will outline what trainees will cover in their skip lead training that week, and there's a space for them to summarise their key takeaways. And then finally in school, they will have their mentor meeting. So during the mentor meeting, trainees can tick off the sections of the mentor meeting that they cover as per the structure that we train mentors in. There's space on here where we will outline what the key areas of discussion should be for that mentor meeting linked to the curriculum focus. And there's a place for mentors and trainees to summarise their discussions. Finally, at the bottom, there's a to-do list, so trainees can tick off as they do the things they need to be prepared for the following week. Once that training plan has been completed by the trainee, and it is the trainee's responsibility to ensure it's complete each week, they can click Save and Return, and we can monitor their engagement. As part of the mentor meeting in this training plan, something that mentors will also need to do is review and set targets. And to do that, if you look on this left-hand side again, in the development section, you'll see the target tab. So if I click into here, you can see that my trainee has got 2 targets that have been approved and 1 that remains active. If I click into that active one, maybe that's from last week, the trainee was asked to have clear and consistent routines, and there were 3 actions that they were set that were going to enable them to meet that target. As part of the mentor meeting, it's really important that you go through and you review those targets and you think about the observations from that week and you say, yes, I've seen you stand at the door. Yes, I've seen you've had a starter ready on the board in all your lessons, and I know that you've implemented seating plans. So you can tick off those actions, you can save it, and then at the top here, you can approve that target. And then if I go back into the targets page, you can see that those 3 are all approved. And that's a really important part of the process, that mentors do that so that trainees feel that they're making progress. They can see that they're making progress as things are literally ticked off for them. Once you've reviewed their targets, you're then going to need to set new targets as well. We're going to set a course target for all trainees each week linked to that curriculum focus that you can edit and personalise for them through the measurable actions. But if you click on this plus target button, then it gives you the opportunity to also set a second target of your own if you're a mentor, which is personalised to the trainee. I suggest you look at our suggested target bank to help you with that. It gives all the impact statements in our curriculum as possible targets and then suggested actions that you could put alongside that. So, for example, I might say that the target is to ensure clear and explicit instructions are given for all tasks. And then I'm going to add some actions in here. So I might say something like chunk instructions into small steps. Visually back up instructions on the slides. Ask students to repeat instructions to check understanding. Okay, and then when you're happy, you can click create and return, and then you'll see that that target has then shown up as a new active target on their targets tab. Those are the key things that I think you need to be aware of on Mosaic for your day-to-day use. We'll have another training video that talks specifically about review points and assessments, but that talks you through how to access files on Mosaic, how to access the training plan for all aspects of training in the week, and how to review and set targets.